Okay, we have a nice game of Fenriloogamon versus Red Hybrids. I am playing Fenrir, and I'm going first. So I get my hand, I see that I have a rookie in it and an AG, so I know this is a keeper. On Digivolve, I actually get another AG, so that way I can play one AG to pass turn, and next turn, when I raise up my Lugamon, I can slot under the AG from my hand. That way I can accelerate into play and just overall gain a memory. My game plan is probably to just immediately go into Hell Lugermon so I can draw more cards and set up my trash. So my opponent goes ahead and digivolves into an Ukomon. It's just a really good card in red hybrids, and it accelerates their aggression by quite a bit. So they play out a Flamemon, trash an Agunimon, draw 2, and then digivolve into another Agunimon. So on deletion, they can play out a Flamemon suspended, but luckily they don't have the one inheritable that lets them play a Tamer. So I go ahead, raise. My AG on the board gives me a memory, star of main, and then my Lugamon star of main, I place an AG underneath to gain a memory. And then here, I'm just going to digivolve into Black Gato, and then into Hell. So end of turn, I'll detach my AG on deletion, or end of turn, I'll delete myself, draw 2, I add back my Lugamon to my hand, that way I recycle it. And then I'm deciding whether I want to trash cards. And I end up not, because I don't want their Agunimon to die. I think when I was playing, I thought they had the ability to play a Tamer, but they do not. So I probably should have killed the Agunimon. So Ukamon swings into security, checks a Lugamon, so they end up surviving. And then Agunimon checks a Miss Memory Boost and ends up surviving. One thing about Fenrir is that, oh boy, so many checks and security are probably just either options or tamers. So, you know, some people could see that as a benefit, such as not dying in security, but then if you're playing red hybrids, for example, you might want your Gunimon to die and it just never does. So now my opponent just completely widens their board. And I also see on their on play, they end up bottom decking a like option that doesn't let me play Digimon by effects, and that wipes me out. Crimson Blaze, that's what it's called. So this is pretty scary, but I do have Chimeramon in my hand. So if I didn't have Chimeramon, I think I would have just lost right here. But I go ahead, Digivolve into Chimeramon. I'm already 2 colors, which will delete all of their rookies, so I'm not putting the Black Gatomon underneath. It does pass them over to 4 memory, but it's completely worth it killing 3 of their rookies and keeping me in the game. And I'm also pretty much set up for next turn. I really need a Soul Lugermon in my hand, though. But my opponent raises up their Ukamon, goes to 5 memory, and digivolves into a 3rd Ukamon in raising. Their Agumon still has minus 2k from my Chimeramon. Doesn't matter because they die to a 6k Lugarmon in my security. Maybe it was mistaken. Or maybe that was a misplay where they played a Tamer. Even though they had the, like, plus DP inheritable? I can't remember. So then they swing in with Ukamon. Honestly, they don't really care if Ukamon dies or not, because they have another one in raising. And here they digivolve into Emperor and delete me. So first draw, I get a Soul Luger, so I think I'm going to go for game. Gain 2 memory off of AGs. Gain 1 memory off of Lugamon, putting an AG underneath from, I believe this is my hand. Pop memory boost. And I'm going to head and go and do the combo. So I swing into security, I trash Soul to draw 1 because I have AG. I gain 1 memory. When Digivolving for Soul, I get to play a level 4 from my trash because I have AG underneath. So I play Fangmon, take a card from my trash, and I'm just going to take the Lugarmon level 4, and then trash Fenrir, and then Bowmon's effect, I Digivolve into Fenrir for 4 because I trashed it. And this is still swinging into security, but also because I played out a Digimon by an effect, or because I played in, like, Beast Animal, or whatever he's called, Dark Animal. I gain 2 memory from both Inheritables. When Digivolving to Fenrir, I play out 3 more level 4s, and I unsuspend from Soul's Inheritable. And that was our first check. I had 12k, and I hit their Tamer. And then here, I actually don't want to get hit by a Crimson Blaze, so I go ahead, Digivolve into Chimeramon. I don't think it actually mattered like too much, because I already saw 1 Crimson Blaze go to the bottom, and if I checked a Crimson Blaze right there, then I would have lost the game. But when attacking, we should have done this before we did the checks, but when attacking, I deleted their Mega to unsuspend because I had enough Digimon on board to do so. And we just do Alliance stuff and win the game. So here, just shuffling decks. I think, you know, Fenrir is being played quite a bit, but it's not making as many tops and regionals as I would have expected. But I still think it is quite good. So my opponent, they Digivolve into Ukamon, play out their Flamemon, and actually they bottom deck a Crimson Blaze, but they add 1 card to their hand. I wasn't paying attention to what it was. I'm sure it was like a Tamer or something. But I go ahead, play Analog, and then I play Dracmon. Oh yeah, and I also Digivolve into Lugamon. And I'm just waiting to raise up that Lugamon and place AG underneath. That way I pretty much get it into play for absolutely free. I can also manage my memory correctly now that I have Analog Youth to potentially go into Hell Lugermon, have it die at end of turn, and then use Analog to keep it my turn, which really helps the game plan. So I go ahead, raise, slot AG underneath, Digivolve into Lugamon, and then Digivolve into Hell Lugermon. So end of turn, AG will get played out, then I'll kill myself, and Digimon. I don't want YouTube to flag that. And I grab back Lugamon, and you don't actually have to trash anything to delete, and I don't want anything else in my trash, I believe. Then I tap Analog, and I'm just restarting the game. I could potentially do this, like, Hell Luger thing again next turn, but I'm almost completely set up. I just need a Soul Lugermon in my hand before I can try and go for game. So I'm just going to play Wisdom Training to help search for it. And also speed up my Digivolution if I do get it, but I don't. They have Memory Setter Takuya, so they go to 3, and then raise Ukamon, gain a memory. They swing in, again, it survives, just like last turn. I mean, last game. which is quite nice for them. And they're in a pretty good position if they have more stuff to keep the tempo up. But I'm not really sure what their hand looks like. Next turn, as long as I get the Fenriloogamon, I think I can go for game. So... okay, actually, they Digivolve into Burning Greymon, or some people know him as Reatramon, or however you pronounce it. So they can attack and gain memory, because they gain plus 2k, so they're 10k. But they're just thinking about what to do. Here they go into Aldemon, so now they're at an ungodly amount of DP. That's pretty much all you need to know. So what, 12, and then plus another 6, so they're at 18k, I think. Then they check another AG, which pretty much gives me enough memory to set up. It just all depends on what I need in my, or what I am gonna draw, because I really need this soul. So I go ahead, raise, both AGs gain me 1 memory. I pop Wisdom Training, and actually here, I forgot that I did this, but I Digivolve into Fangmon, and then the when attacking will let me, Digivolve into Soul from my trash, because I add it back and then trash it. But I forgot to put AG underneath, so I can't do the whole warping thing. Well, I can, but I just wouldn't play many Digimon. So I can only play level 3, and there I considered going into Fenrir, but I have to win this turn, and I need all my Digimon on the field. So I'm just going to risk 1 check into security with my soul. So I end up surviving, and now I'm going to put the AG underneath, because I realized my misplay. So I'm just going to hard Digivolve into Fenrir from my hand, play out several dudes from trash. Yep, add a card back, and then I unsuspend from Soul's Effect. I think I might have forgotten to trash a card from, the one level 4 Fangmon, but I don't think it really matters at this point, because it's either I win or lose this turn. So I will go ahead and DNA Digivolve. Then I will swing into security. I have enough Digimon to delete Emperor to unsuspend. I'm doing Alliance, 2 checks. Alliance luckily gave me enough DP to swing over. And then I Alliance from my Dracmon, or whatever he's called. And then Chimeramon swings for game. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you see any misplays or just have something you want to say, feel free to leave a comment too. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day.